Ale ne, prostě to nejde. Jo, to musí být jiný klíč, to není možný. Určitě je to jiný klíč. No, ale co teď, sakra? To je jediná stopa, kterou tady zatím mám. Najít hrob z obrazů. Jo, to by ale venku muselo přestat pršet, že? Kudy se dá ještě jít ven? Tady byly nějaký 1 nebo 2 vchody. Mám takový pocit.
It's working. Has it been repaired? Or did Andrew lie to me?
On říkal, že telefon je rozbitý a že proto musel do té vesnice, že jo? Zajímavý. Zajímavé.
Finally, some fresh air.
No, už jsem se bál, že tady nepůjde běhat. Uvnitř v baráku to totiž nejde a shiftem se jenom chodí.
Master David.
You could tell it was me.
Your footsteps. I ken the walk of everyone here.
Wow, that's rather incredible.
Aye, that it is, laddie. That it is. I hear better than most. See more than most and all.
To je úžasný.
Father had a similar toolbox. Back when he still fixed things around the house. When you talked about what they did to my father, what did you mean?
You shouldn't have come back. You canna go through what he did as a bairn and no be sick.
So his hospitalization was justified then?
Not for me to say. Before you think of putting down roots here, you should think on what the poison grown here did to your father. You can?
No, not really.
If you dinna mind, this door will no mend itself.
I'll leave you to it then.
Tak jo. Tak, tady to vypadá docela velký, takže začala bych třeba tady. No, graficky teda jako na to, že to vyšlo v roce 2017, tak i takový Half-Life 2 by tomu dokázalo nakopat prdel.
I can see why Rory likes this place. This view should ease even the most troubled soul.
Tak to jsi ani nemusel sedat.
Steady enough vessel, if you trust your swimming skills.
Jo, to je takhle, aha. OK. No dobře, tak to není zas až tak velký, ale to je jenom dobře, protože aspoň tady toho tolik neminu. Ale já bych mohl najít ten hrob, ne? A ten byl někde tady, mám pocit. Tady někde byl. Podle té fotky, nebo co to bylo? Obraz. Nebo spíš vize z obrazu. Hejbej se, ty idiote, dělej něco. A je. Jo, tak to vypadá, že ta hra má trošku problém s tím pokračovat, no. No tak, to mi nedělej. Já nevím, kde je to uložený přesně. A doufám, že jsou tady autosavey, jinak se... Dobrý, jsou tady. Tak tolik k tomu, no. Ach jo. Ale tohle jsem předtím nenašel. A to jsou jenom kytky. Dobrý, tak jo.
Nobody left to mourn the dead or care for their graves, it seems.
Takže určitě uložit, protože už tomu nějak úplně nevěřím.
I've seen this before. In the painting. This is the grave I saw in that waking dream or whatever it was. The grave my father buried something in as a boy. Who's buried here? If I could just... these vines are too thick. I need something to cut through these.
Vždyť jsi měl ten nůž, ne? Kterým jsme rozjebali ten zámek té krávě u toho stolku.
Locked with a padlock. Andrew will have a key, but I'm not keen on waiting for his return.
Jasně. Možná, že ho nechal někde v pracovně na stole. Protože Andrew je ten právník a ten tam má vyloženě stůl. A možná, že tam ten klíč někde bude. Ty mi asi neporadíš, co? Hele.
You wouldn't have to have a chapel key, would you?
Ain't set a foot in there for years, and I don't intend to either.
That'll be a no then. The graveyard. Is it a family plot?
Aye. No matter how high and mighty, all the Gordons end up there.
A cheery thought. It's a shame we don't have the means to properly care for the graves.
Why bother? His bones and food for worms.
To je, tyjo. Ten by mohl dělat nějaký motivační proslovy někde.
May I borrow your bolt cutter?
Maybe. If I can what you need it for.
No, určitě bych neříkal, že přestřílel zámek. Ale jako trochu se postaral do pohroby, tak a třeba si řekne, hele, aspoň to nemusím dělat já.
The graves. I would like to tidy them up. That way I can pay my respects properly.
Is that a fact? Why's that then?
They are my family. They deserve to be remembered.
Fair enough, laddie. Just grab it yourself, will ye?
Tak. Tímhletím si pěkně přestříhnu ten zámek. Aspoň doufám. A taky, ano, k tomu hrobu se dostat bych mohl. Doufám, že to půjde použít na obojí a že to není na jedno použití. Jako třeba páčidlo v amnézii.
Cecilia Shaw Nee Gordon. Aunt Cecilia. Now, let's see if there's something really buried in here. Another piece of the castle model. Another part of the model. And it's stained with what seems to be old blood. Why did Father bury this when he was a child?
Čekat, tam ještě možná něco bylo.
How could I have known that something was buried here? I don't remember Father ever telling me about this grave. Father must have buried the chapel piece here for a reason when he was a boy. But why? And whose blood is it stained with?
No, očividně je tady nějaká síla, která způsobuje, že on vidí i to, co se dělo před mnoha lety, nebo já nevím.
Father, I hope you found your peace. Were you sick, like they say you were? Or the victim of this curse? This curse of the Gordons? Whatever it is, I think you may have passed it on to me. The place is crumbling. Not the safest spot to pray.
No, možná modlit se, aby to nespadlo. To jedině. To je všechno?
Being the chronicle of the family Gordon, as laid down by Sir Drummond Gordon, the year of our Lord 1413.
Local legend speaks of this particular glen as being inhabited from time immemorial. Enigmatic, elaborately carved Pictish stones stand as timeless evidence of this. As for the locals, they appear prideful of the counsel they delight in giving to visitors. Traveler, beware. The Celtic peoples arrived in this place like a great beast, bringing with them the bloodlines that would eventually spawn the Gordon clan. Using their superior numbers, knowledge, and machines of war, they swiftly conquered the primeval Picts. With them, they brought too their religion and druid clerics. The magics these wise men used did shape forever the lands, even until this present day. It is said that the sempiternal burden our family carries rose at that time. 'Tis well recorded how the Empire of Rome did fail to tame the wayward Scots, that they did even raise a barrier to protect their mighty empire. What is seldom told is the truth behind their defeat. Our ancestors drew upon ancient powers to aid their victory, powers not easily fathomed by the fragile human mind. This aid did come at the greatest of costs, a debt as yet unsettled, a price we will continue to pay until the last Gordon passes to dust. For the centuries, we Gordons made the land our own. Others did bow to us, as we kept the secrets of Skahandu, the secrets of the Black Mirror. Even as tragedy and madness did fester in our foundations, we held fast and steered the land through vile English attack and worse. In time, the Gordons and the land became one.
To je všechno moc pěkný, jo, ale co já s tím?
Some pages have been ripped out. The only thing left seems to be some kind of family oath.
In blood we are bound to the land we protect. To the truths we alone may conceal. I shall forfeit my life. Lest my clan should suffer, I shall forfeit my spirit to hold the darkness at bay. In blood we are bound till the day of the reckoning.
What on earth? Where's the call coming from?
To je dobrá otázka, taky to vypadá, že... Co je tohle?
Is this what madness feels like? It can't be real.
Dobře, to nejspíš bude jenom nějaká vize. Ale skoro to vypadá, že to tady celý pod vodou.
All this looks like the bottom of a lake. What are you trying to show me?
Tady se dá umřít. Jako napadlo mě, že ho do té hlavy mlátí, možná až trošku moc, ale... The fuck? To si děláš prdel. No tak. Ach jo, mám velkou radost, že to nejde uložit.
All this looks like the bottom of a lake. What are you trying to show me?
No tak, já to chci uložit. Ale asi bude lepší v tom případě vypadnout, ne? Běž pryč. Kreténe, ty tady chceš umřít.
She's not holding a baby, but some heavy object to weigh herself down. There's a fresh wound across her stomach. The figure up there must be Edward.
Radši pryč, než mi to zase rozmlátí hlavu.
out. I'm taking my baby with me to save it from this rotten family.
Find my child!
A ty si?
Are you alright?
Dělej! Dobrý. Zachováme si klid a duševní zdraví ještě chvilku. Pokud mi teda nerupne v pedně z toho ovládání.
Did you see her? She drowned.
Calm down, you were in shock. What were you doing clambering about in here?
If I told you, you'd think me mad.
Odd. That is just what your father said to me.
What? Who are you?
My name is Dr. Leah Faber. I treated your father at the asylum.
The asylum?
Let's get you back to the castle and make sure you are all right.
No, ta by mohla dokázat zodpovědět nějaké otázky, ne?
What did you come here for?
I'm not sure your father's story is finished yet, and there are some things I still need to make my peace with.
What's this about an asylum?
As I said, your father was admitted.
Why? Who did that to him?
I did. But unfortunately, he managed to escape.
What? Hold on a minute. How dare you come in here and...
Told you? Your father was a madman. A complete and utter madman. Don't mind me. Please continue.
Co to je?
Well, what right did you have to lock my father up in a madhouse?
I was his doctor. I understand you are in shock, but you have no right to speak to me in such a way. I was trying to help him.
He's dead. Capital job.
Now, hold on just a minute.
Oh, Jesus! Oh, no! No!
Říkat, kdo to... Ne, ta ne. Do prdele.
Eddie, it'll be all right. Pull yourself together.
I suggest nobody else goes down there. We should keep the room intact until the police can get here.
I shall alert them first thing in the morning. What an unfortunate accident.
An accident? You think so? Just after the madman's son turned up at our door.
And yet you were the one standing over her body with blood on your hands.
How dare you? I was too late. I was trying to help her. She...
There, my sweet boy. Let's get you to bed. Angus, would you?
Pak počkat. On tvrdí, že jsem to byl já, že se to stalo po tom, co já jsem přišel do toho baráku. To bych nechal stranou, ale on říkal, že přišel příliš pozdě, že se jí pokoušel zastavit nebo něco takového. Což teda mám si to vyložit tak, že on ji tam nenašel takhle mrtvou. Ale viděl, jak ona sama se zabila, nebo... Chce teda říct, že já jsem jí zabil, nebo že já jsem sem přitáhl nějakou smůlu, kvůli který ona si vzala život, nebo jako... Jenom taková myšlenka.
Of course, ma'am.
I think we will all benefit from a good night's sleep.
I know you may have no reason to, but I need you to trust me. I'm the only one on your side when it comes to your father's death.
Lady Margaret certainly isn't. But if I told you what I saw in the chapel, you'd have me in a padded cell, just like my father. Why did you come here? To make sure my father was successfully in the ground?
With all due respect, Mr. Gordon, I will not allow you to speak to me or about my work in such a tone. I tried everything I could to aid your father. Your father was heavily drugged when he was brought to me, to prevent any further violent outburst, or so Lady Margaret had said. But something felt wrong, even then.
So, what was my father like when you locked him up?
I didn't just lock him up. I tried to help him. He was convinced he was carrying some ancient curse, that he was being haunted by evil. I wish I had reached him, had been able to reach him.
Maybe if I threw you a bone, you'd get off my back. Father was obsessed with the history of the family for as long as I can remember.
Did your father actually believe his family was out to get him?
Who knows? I think what scared him was beyond the physical. He used to babble about a dark force threatening him and our family.
Was that why he moved you to India? To get as far away as possible?
I believe so.
And yet, here you are, in the very place he sought to protect you from.
Who knows? Maybe there is an ancient evil in this place. An evil that drags us back no matter how far away we get. Even from the other side of the world.
And what do you think? Was your father right? Are there things beyond the physical?
I have other things to worry about right now. Things like a drowning woman floating in thin air. If you really want to help me, I need to find out what the maid knew. What Lady Margaret and Angus didn't want her to tell me.
You believe it got her killed?
Maybe. What I saw in the chapel, it has to be real. She must have drowned herself down at the loch. Because if it's all in my mind, like father, like son.
We need to examine the maid's body in the cellar.
To find out who killed her?
To be sure she was murdered before we start pointing fingers.
Tak, teďko při renderování jsem si všiml, že je to nějaký potichu, respektive můj hlas byl potichu a jo. Nejspíš jsem zavadil o čudlík na mikrofonu, ale už by to mělo být lepší.
We need to examine the maid's body in the cellar.
To find out who killed her?
To be sure she was murdered before we start pointing fingers.
No dobře. Tam asi teďko nechcem, ne? Akorát bych tam ale nenechával žádný otisky nebo něco podobného, protože policajti by tam potom mohli hodit na nás. No v tom případě to vypadá, že jít venkem není špatný nápad.
What is it?
To se radši neptej, nebo mě taky zavřeš, do blázince.
I'll get you back.
Stop monkeying around. Come with me.
I'll come inside in a bit. Don't go. Can I just have a few
It's not a request, Carol.
Don't worry. I'll be fine.
What's happening to me?
David? Is everything all right?
We should make haste.
No dobře, jak se tam přesně plánujeme dostat? Protože asi by to mělo být někudy tady, ne? Hele, tamhle ten pracuje i v noci, to je nějaký trošku podezřelý, ne?
We need to examine the maid's body in...
To find out who killed...
To be sure...
Nobody in this house is particularly chatty. Not even when I have an actual question for them.
Jo, a taky bych mu mohl možná vrátit ty kleště, ale no dobře. Totiž ten vchod by měl být někde tady, ne? Protože pokud je to hned vedle, tak mi nedává smysl běžet kamkoliv jinam. Ale hra očividně nesouhlasí. Tady s tou mojí teorií. Dobře, tak se budeme podívat někam úplně na druhou stranu, to nejspíš. Asi nějakým způsobem třeba bude dávat smysl.
Oh, stunning. How curious. Come and look at this. Look, they form a clear circle.
This can't be a fluke.
Well, looks like one of the stones is missing.
A heavy enough stone to weigh yourself down with. I've never seen a rose like this before.
I have. The gardener, Rory. He brought some down from the glass house.
Something's carved into each one.
We need to examine.
Ne, tady, ne, zase ne, tady ten dialog, už toho plný zuby, kurva. Ještě jednou, jasný. Já jenom jsem se chtěl ujistit, že tady není něco, o čem si můžeme promluvit, ale nepotřebuji slyšet ten samý dialog ještě jednou. Ale není trošku blbý nebo divný jako nechávat furt nastartovaný auto? Nebo minimálně rozsvícený světla? Jo, vidím mu přímo ve tváři tu obrovskou ochotu.
That's an unusual looking rose. I noticed one lying by the side of the loch.
Aye, that's been me. A flower for the flower of Scahandu, Cecilia.
My aunt? They're for her.
I grew 'em for her. She loved the roses, did Cecilia. No the red ones, though. Made her think of blood, ye ken.
Forgive me, but wouldn't it be more fitting to place them on her grave?
Why, she's no there, is she, laddie? That's not where she rests. And I don't much stand by your modern god.
Rory, what happened to her? What happened to Cecilia?
I'm not in the mood to open old wounds, laddie.
There are some strange markings carved into the stones on the shore.
Runes, aye. I'm old-fashioned, I suppose. Still hold to the old ways.
Superstitions don't gain validity just by being believed in for a long time.
I'd watch that. Your precious science doesn't have all the answers, lassie.
May I have some of the roses, Rory? I'd like to place them on Cecilia's grave.
What's she to you? You didn't ken her.
No, I didn't. But she's family. And besides...
He did he? Aye, well, that's good to ken. I should have some left in the glass house.
I'll speak to you later, Rory.
Aye, I'm sure you will, laddie. Sorry, lassie, but you can't go in. It's for family only.
Se neposer, tak mi přines ty růže.
No, it's okay. I quite understand. You go ahead, and I'll wait here for you. If I must.
Aye, you must.
Co je to za debilní pravidlo? To nedává vůbec žádný smysl.
I know, it doesn't look like I have green fingers.
On nechtěl, aby sem šla, protože mě má v plánu praštit a zakopat, že jo? Já si dělám prdel, ale... Kdo ví?
Looking to brick some more locks, laddie.
Možná.
Are these...
Aye, Cecilia's roses.
They're beautiful.
I like to think so.
But they seem to be the only thing that grows here. These are dead as dodos.
Hard to raise anything beautiful here, ever since Cecilia's gone.
To věřím. To i chápu. A tohle bude vstup, že jo? Nebo ne?
Dr. Farber is not going to be happy being left outside.
No to já taky nejsem nadšený, ale když tady někomu ruplo v bedně, tak co se dá dělat, že jo?
Can you tell me about Cecilia? What was she like?
She was a lovely lassie, but she had more than her share of troubles.
Grandfather Edward?
You ken well enough, son.
You said she wasn't in her grave.
Aye, that I did, that I did.
Did she drown?
She did. Killed herself. Her body was never found. Now all I have of her is my memories. And they are not what they were. And this.
No dobře, ale přišli jsme sem pro růže, tak...
That is exquisite. Cecilia made this.
She made it, aye. For me. Girl must have cut her fingers 100 times doing it. On the thorns, you ken.
Ale zase je to nějaký divný. Co to je? Podobně to zmoderalo napřed v té kapli. Chvilku předtím, než to bylo divně pod vodou. Tak co to je?
You are unworthy of the name Gordon.
Get away from her, you coward!
Si děláš prdel, ne? Co to je prostě? No ty krávo. Z ničeho nic černá monitor a chcípnu. Kurva, tak co jsem to tady všechno dělal?
Can you tell me?
No tak hold prostě pravidelně ukládat, no. Že ono to zase nepůjde, no jasně. Dobře, tak řekněme, že těm obrazům z minulosti nebudu úplně chodit do cesty, jo. By asi mohlo pomoct. Teď... Jo, dobrý, jsem se lekl, že se to taky rozbilo. Jako u toho hrobu.
You are unworthy of the...
Tady se dá něco zmáčknout teďko, ne? Jo, tohleto. No, prozkoumat, ale dělej, kurva, než mě zase zabije. To je kretén. Už aspoň chápu, jak to funguje zhruba, no. Já mu to musím sebrat možná. Jo, to možná bude ono. On to teďko bude držet v ruce. Jo.
Get lost!
You monster!
Who is that old woman? It takes courage to confront Edward like that.
They lied to me.
Who did?
All of them.
Teď už úplně vidím tu nalinkovanou cestu do blázince. Neplodnost? Chceš se teďko bavit o neplodnosti?
What just happened?
I could ask you the same thing. You started to talk to yourself. And then you were throwing your arms about like you were fighting something. I couldn't see what. You started bawling and the lassie came in to see what was going on. She tried to settle you, but you just went for her.
I saw an old lady. She wore a long, flowing dress. Her voice was strong, determined.
Sounds like Rosemary. She was Lady Margaret's mother.
Was Cecilia not able to have children? Did that anger Grandfather Edward?
Maybe you can see well enough too, son. Maybe you can. It wasn't her, it was her husband. He was the bother. Couldn't, you ken?
I think so, yes.
Aye, well, Edward blamed Cecilia for it. For picking the wrong man for her mate. You'll be fine, laddie. You just need some fresh air. This place can get to you.
No, vypadá to, že na tom něco bude.
The crack is right there. Edward was furious. Seems like him and great-grandmother Rose didn't see eye to eye. The secateurs should be... Here they are. How could I know? This seems awfully accurate for a forgotten memory.
Jo, a uložit. Jasně. No dobře, asi je čas odsud vypadnout.
Trust your instincts, laddie.
No, po tomhle radši ne.
David, are you all right?
Am I all right? I should be asking you. I'm so sorry I hurt you. I don't know what happened.
Don't worry. I faced much worse in the asylum.
She's tough. I don't think it's possible to face her. Sorry again.
Maybe don't leave me outside like a naughty puppy next time.
Yes, quite. I think that Edward may be responsible for the death of my Aunt Cecilia. Not directly. She drowned herself in the loch. I think that Edward drove her to it.
Old families usually have a skeleton or two in the cupboard.
Yes, but my family has a graveyard full. I feel like the madness that runs through this family, through these walls, is starting to seep into me too.
I can help you, but you need to open up. You need to start talking to me.
You would not believe me if I told you.
Stubborn, just like your father.
Whatever secret this family is hiding, it's costing lives. Cecilia, the maid, my father. God knows how many more over the years.
No, pořád jsme ještě nevyřešili tu mrtvolu, ale... Dobře, půjdeme se podívat sem.
I have to thank you again for coming to my aid in there.
I'm glad I found you in time. Thankfully, Mr. Harrison had made an educated guess as to your whereabouts.
To je všechno? Nemůžeme tam jít?
We need to examine...
To find...
To be sure.
No dobře, ale v tom případě bychom opravdu... Hele, on už to zase někdo zamknul. V tom případě bychom opravdu měli jít do té pivnice, protože... Zatím tak nějak jenom běháme venku. Jenomže tohle fakt nedává smysl. Ty dveře, pokud jsou tady nějaký nebo nějaký okno, musí být přímo tady. Protože když já teďko půjdu zpátky dovnitř. Dobře, to bylo chvilku divný, ale došlo mi, že to není animace. OK. Počkej, já jsem se vrátil jinudy, ale. Pojďme zpátky ven. Kdybych se tam mohl podívat, tohle mě tak sere. Protože tohle taky nedává žádný smysl, že já jsem vyšel úplně jinudy přece, nebo ne? Já jsem vyšel jinýma dveřma. No jasně. Ale určitě ne tudy. Možná, že tady jsou ještě nějaký jiný, ale pochybuji o tom. Dobře, tohle nedává žádný smysl, protože když jsem vycházel ven, tak jsem šel nějakýma divnýma dveřma. A byli přímo vedle té pivnice. No dobře, v této fázi už nevidím jinou možnost, než se vrátit dovnitř. A jít se podívat do té, co to bylo, jídelna, a vedle byla ta pivnice. Ale Ježibaba šla spát. Možná by pomohlo, kdybych měl taky nějakou svíčku, jo? Protože tady vidím úplný hovno. Tak a teďko, kde to zase bylo? Ne, tohle ne. Tohle taky úplně neodpovídá mým očekáváním. Tohle ovšem už ano. Tohle jsou ty dveře, kterýma jsem vyšel ven.
I guess we'll have the key. Unless we can find another way in.
Jakou jinou cestu? Kurva, když to nejde venkem.